Welcome back to Gatekeeper Media's coverage of the 2023 Swedish Disc Golf Pro Tour. This is the fifth event at the Skelleftea Open. We're up here in Sweden, and I'm Andrew Fish, joined by Chandler Fry.
Hello, everybody. After seeing this course in the first round, I am excited for this one. It is tight, wooded, lots of mandos, lots of OB, demands precision. Precision golf is paramount. We are going to see some good shots today.
And a great card on our chase card, Silver Latt, Nieminen, Nestori Tuhkanen, and Miro Ryhanen.
I'm just going to call them the Nens because I will butcher their names, I'm sure. Chase card coverage, so we're not going to see Paul McBeth, Lowry, Samuel, or Luke, but they all had a pretty decent first round, and the chase card's looking to catch them. Hole 1, 719 feet, 219 meters, par 4. You want to get something out there that finishes slightly left in this fairway, but not too far left because you will be pinched going down the rest of the fairway. You want to navigate this straight tunnel, and it goes down slightly to the left of the road, OB right. And Silver Latt, one of the greatest forehand players I have personally ever seen throw a disc. He is incredible with his lines.
Yeah, great touch, great power, and interesting choice there to go forehand roller.
If you've got it, the guy's got it. You know, one of the greatest forehand rollers in the game. He's got distance, he's got accuracy, he's got the right stability of discs.
Nieminen, sponsored by Dynamic Discs, going backhand. And now Nestori Tuhkanen. Big backhand power shot.
Oh, yeah. Good looking shot, playing some shade golf. Two of these players I have not heard of yet, but that is a great thing about disc golf nowadays is we have elite players that are relatively unknown stateside. So I'm excited to see them play. Great looking shot there.
Yeah, Miro going to get about 7 skips to put himself in the middle of the fairway. Yes, they're going to show us his forehand. And Chandler, I think you need to be a little soft with your forehands if you're throwing that on the second shot here with the out of bounds to the right.
Yeah. Some definite skip potential with the bark down there with the wood chips and the road. Looks like that's a little short left. Should have a putt, but likely will be navigating some trees.
And Miro trying to draw a shot over, but also going to find that left side.
A scary approach because the majority of that flight is heading directly towards OB. So you want something that's going to come back pretty strong left towards the end of its flight. Or you can just do that and just throw it through the trees.
Yeah, Silver kind of deliberately choosing the backdoor route.
Yeah, likely one of the only players going forehand grip on this hole, I'm guessing. Yeah, just a little upshot there.
Yeah, a couple dedicated layups thus far. Nestori may be able to stall a putt in and does so.
Here we go. Beautiful looking putt. Start off the round with a birdie from Nestori.
And like on day one, hole 1 was averaging well over par, almost 4/10 of a stroke. But as challenging as this course is, Chandler, that was still only middle of the pack in difficulty.
Wow. And we can see the wind is a little bit more noticeable. Beautiful looking putt from Silver than the first round, giving the players something a little bit extra to think about on those longer putts. And Yessi with a little tap in for par. Not a bad start to the round.
Hole 2, just over 100 meters. There's a double mandatory to navigate. And then we're going to break pretty sharply to the left after that.
Yeah, pretty run-of-the-mill tunnel shot with a tight gap to start off, but like we saw in the first round, it has some teeth. We saw some players miss the Mando, and Silver not getting the angle he wanted on that, and leaking a bit right.
Yeah, that seemed like a shot that was designed to hit the gap, and anything after that is fine.
I respect it. If there's a double Mando, you just make that double Mando. It's just get through that gap and maybe give yourself a longer putt, but it's for sure par for the most part. Sidearm is a unique play on this hole. It's definitely a backhand if you're a right-handed player angle, but if you got the touch though.
Yeah, yes, they may also be saying that the gap is the most important part of it. And Miro a little bit inside.
What a gap he had to hit there.
Yeah, weird angle.
Gives himself a long bid.
And now Miro's third.
Big putt here for back-to-back bangers to start the round. Let's see how his step putt is looking today. Oh, he goes standstill. Not enough juice on that one. Good line. Just get on enough height.
Yeah, so Nestori going to have to settle for the bogey. Silver second.
Kind of surprised that wasn't a forehand. Just a little short. And Miro with the par save.
I think that would have been a bogey save after the.
After he missed the Mando. Yep. Are the Mandos marked? I haven't really even seen the Mandos.
They are. They're pretty nondescript.
Okay.
So a little something for everybody here, but no birdies to be carded.
Yeah.
Yes, and Silver, both looking for pars.
And Silver doing fantastic on the Euro Tour so far, being fifth, I believe, in points. Having some good finishes, some good rounds out there. Staying in Europe while his significant other, Kristen, is stateside, destroying the FPO division in a good way. Hole 3, 231 meters, 758 feet, par 4. Lots of trees to navigate. There's a little pinch in the middle that you want to navigate over on your second shot. A lot of the par 4s out here are pretty similar. Just stay in the fairway, play position, don't do anything crazy. Be aggressive only when you absolutely have to be.
Yeah, we saw forehand be a pretty popular play from our round 1 feature card. Out of bounds on the left side. So trust your stability as you sling it out there, but just getting to a throwable spot on your second is important, Chandler.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, good looking shot there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the right side of the fairway is the really accessible part.
Ooh, I think this is the line I would take. A bit more aggressive, nice and straight down the tight middle gap, or right gap, I guess. Great position. I'm not sure if it's worth the risk there. When you could just go a sidearm around the left side, it seems a bit easier.
Yeah, it just depends on what a player perceives his strengths to be.
Yeah.
Nestori and Miro both electing that backhand side.
You see that first gap that Silver is hitting, that's actually a pinch point on the hole. So the OB is at its narrowest right there. So you definitely want to get over that.
And having done that, swing your disc back to the left to set yourself up in this gap.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of forehands on this card. I'm excited to watch this.
Little floaty from Jesse.
Miro looking to get his round started. Little left. Pushes through. Might have an awkward look at a birdie. Silver throwing it's got to be a harp.
Yeah, and errant on the release. Didn't ever get it to the left side of the bucket. So we'll have a longer putt than he really should on his fourth.
And Miro, I believe, is somewhere in there.
Nestori, good spin putt, but just low from distance.
And I got to give him a shout out for best dressed on the card. The color coordination with the hat and the pants, looking good. Silver, not committed enough on that putt. And Miro with the par.
I think the white shirt is an aggressive choice, though, Chandler, because you're just asking for your bag straps to mess that up.
Yeah, also depending on how humid it is in Sweden, I'm guessing not so much. Yeah, it could be a disaster waiting.
Still, beautiful summer day in the north of Sweden.
Thirsty after seeing that Latitude 65 advertisement. Hole 4, 225 meters, 738 feet, par 4. Some water to navigate over. Got some trees in the middle of the fairway. Choose left or right. Finish slightly right, and the green is placed in this beautiful little area. Here we have a Jesse going big forehand, nice and high. Wants it to finish right over the water, which he does.
Yeah, have to carry that out of bounds. It's kind of in the prime landing zone, so you have to make a golf decision immediately.
Yeah, it's a scary drive. You got to really commit to that angle. A little left in the shul, but I think the fact that he's over the water, he's happy. Similar looking shot, gets a good kick right in the fairway.
And carrying the out of bounds is pretty critical here. Not just for your score, but for the ease of your approach shot. See, Silver, interestingly, going to go with the backhand.
Textbook.
Shows he's got all of the throws.
He really does. Nice low laser sidearm out of Jesse. Probably about 20, 25 feet.
Yeah, definitely a makeable putt. The other option, a backhand from Miro.
Such a weapon that Silver has. Unfortunate tree kick a little early, but that guy does some crazy things.
And decent progress from Nestori. That's about all he had from deep in here. Chandler, the fairways are fair, but once you're off of them, it is jungle.
Yeah, your scramble game has to be on point at courses like this. A lot of European courses look like this, especially in the Scandinavian region. Lots of trees, lots of mandos. It's all about just taking your medicine, getting those pars when you can, and attacking those holes that you know you can birdie. because birdies are hard to get out here. They are hard to get out
Absolutely. And especially on the front nine. The front nine scored significantly harder than the back, which means just survive. These folks made it to the chase card with 4 or 3 down. So you don't have to birdie everything in order to compete.
Yeah, and then watching the first round, seeing some elite players really struggle on not only the front nine but the back nine, just not able to really put anything together. Hoping these players can kind of fix what they figured out in the first round and string together some birdies. So I think what they're going for is that 5, 6, 7 down range. I think that's the number they're looking for.
Sure, and it's definitely attainable. It's just a matter of stringing together the good shots and hitting the putts when you get the opportunity. Hole 5, 104 meters. Relatively straightforward. There is some out of bounds left and long of the basket. Likely to see 4 backhands thrown here down the right side. I take it back. We're going to see at least one forehand.
Probably 2.
As Jesse trying to throw at the basket and play away from the out of bounds.
You can definitely see why the backhand might be a preferred route by where that shot ended up. Nestori a little right, connecting with some cabbage, makes it through. He's got a long look at birdie.
Miro kicking hard left. I believe that is out of bounds.
And that really shows that on every hole out here, you have to commit to your line. You can't just throw it out there hoping for something good to happen. You got to commit to that line, hit it, gap it, because that's the only way you're going to score. There's not a lot of good luck out here.
For sure. And that's what high level courses need to do. They need to be demanding of players and require focus on every shot.
Yeah. Good disc golf holes require decisions to be made. Like that was a decision. He ran that putt hoping to make it, and he missed it, and he might be out of bounds. Is there out of bounds right there?
Yes, there is.
Okie doke. Ooh, scary looking putt there. Settles though.
Yeah, Jesse making the same choice to run his putt, but had a somewhat better angle. Silver steps it in at full pace.
Love to see it. So far, we found out that the guy has a really nasty sidearm, really nasty backhand, and a really nasty putt. What doesn't he have, Fish?
I don't know.
He's got everything.
I mean, let's go watch the rest of his round, and we'll see.
All right, deal. Hole 6. Fun hole, par 3, 443 feet. One, the players are definitely looking to get. There's a slight incline at the start of the hole that you have to throw over. We're going to be seeing some slower distance drivers, some fairway drivers. Silver with a backhand release nice and high, maybe a bit too high. The initial incline definitely makes you think about it a bit more. And you might be seeing some players throw nose up when they don't necessarily intend to do that. Good looking forehand here.
Yeah. The fairway does drift kind of to the right.
Looking to the skies for some answers there.
Miro with the Anheuser release.
It looks pretty low.
Trying to encourage the disc to get up and skip.
I'm not sure it worked. Here we have Nestori. I take it back. His pants are kind of orange.
Okay, so not a perfect kit.
No, but the bottoms of his shoes are orange. If the hat was orange, he'd be peak color coordination. He's still doing pretty good though. Bit left. He's not going to like that effort.
And Silver playing down the right side.
I love that play. Terrifying. but he puts it up a little short.
Yeah, he made the correct mistake on that shot to ensure that it just got back in at some point. Good bid.
Just before the basket.
Good bid from Nestori. Showing off his distance putting chops and a couple other layups in the process.
Yeah, one theme I'm seeing on this course is a lot of circle 2 opportunities. A lot of decent drives, a lot of approaches getting hit short by the spattering of trees that surround most of the baskets out here. And so the players that are going to play well out here are the ones with the 50% circle 2 or higher and the 100% circle 1 percentage. It's definitely, from what I can see, a putter's course.
Yeah, and I think a good bit of that is created by baskets not just being out in the open. They're kind of tucked to one side so that your disc has to have a particular action on it to park.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. It makes for some very interesting and challenging holes for these players.
And Silver going to card the bogey, everybody else for their pars. Hole 7, a par 4, 179 meters, an initial tunnel shot that needs to break to the left at some point during its flight. There's out of bounds to the left of the landing zone, and then a pretty severe turn to the right as a mandatory forces you to follow that pathway.
Position is paramount on this hole. Just get to a spot on the fairway where you can see down that gap, because anything short or long is going to be tough. This looks a little long, but he might be able to step out with a sidearm or to the left with a backhand approach. That's got to travel left.
You're looking to bite off 110, maybe 120 meters here on the tee shot. Nestori, driven fairway driver, hugs the right side, and that's gonna be a little bit out of position, but it was not more than a few centimeters from being perfect.
And Silver perhaps looking for a bit more than just position on this one. A little early. He's going to be pinched in there. That's going to be a tough up and down. Yeah, I like that play. It's great. Nice and safe, keeping it right, not testing the OB long.
And here's a fun shot, Chandler.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, going way out and around is Nestori.
Oh, you can see Silver in the background there, hands up in the air, questioning his fate.
And a little soft on the approach for Jesse.
Oh my gosh. Bad landing on that roller. It looks like it hit the ditch maybe.
And is forced to just lay up to near the bullseye.
This would be a fun scramble birdie if you can get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one you tell everybody about afterwards.
Nestori with a huge putt and a huge birdie save. Beautiful work there. There we go. The putters are getting a little hotter. We're seeing some bigger putts drop in. That's a good sign.
Yeah, love to see it. So 3 birds, and you see how critical it is to put yourself in position. Nestori had to work really hard to card the birdie, and Silver had to burn a shot.
For sure. Hole 8, 217 meters, 712 feet, par 4, nice and straightforward with a gap that you have to navigate through right here. And you get into a wooded section, and the hole finishes slightly to the right over a path in a beautiful green area. Players are looking to just stay in the fairway and then pitch up a second shot that finishes hard right. And this looks like it's a little short, but it's in the fairway.
Yeah, and fairway is very critical here. The third most difficult hole on the day, only 4% par or 4% birdie.
That is difficult. You usually don't see numbers that low on the birdie percentage.
No,
that skips over.
It takes most often a really long hole or something with out of bounds absolutely everywhere. This one is just naturally difficult. There is out of bounds on the left side a little bit, but being able to get a clean swing on your second is the hard part.
Yeah. It's just it's a solid disc golf hole. It requires two, I wouldn't say perfect shots, but two good golf shots to get in position to get that birdie. Oh, that was a hard swing. He wants to push that back wall. Connects with an early tree.
And yes, from pretty far back.
Get that skip.
Does. He may even have a putt at that. Couldn't quite tell what reaction he got going through the early side.
Well early for Silver there. A bit of a misrelease. And Miro going backhand here, which is somewhat surprising. Puts it high. Didn't seem to like it that much. Cool gap.
Yeah, tell you what, and I think that's what he had to do. I don't know if throwing around right or left of that set would have enabled him to get through the gap at all.
Well, he definitely got some style points there. And Silver looking to just card that par and move on to the next hole.
And after Miro's backhand up shot, he's got 15 meters or so.
So close. Good effort.
Yeah.
Bit of an awkward stance there, it looked like. Maybe some uneven ground.
We see a couple looks, but nothing super credible in the realm of birdie.
Yeah, tough hole. Great disc golf hole. Jesse tapping in that par. Yeah, 4 pars for 4 players and moving on to hole 9.
Yeah, that's just fine on the third hardest hole of the day. Hole 9, though. A par 4 at 245 meters. Work yourself out here, and then the hole is going to continue breaking to the left. I think backhand hyzer with something that's like neutral stability, going to continue pushing straight as it fades, is a good play. However, Jesse likes his forehand.
Something that'll flip up and travel a bit left.
But that is fading out early to the right.
I believe he has a look for a birdie, but he definitely made it more difficult with that shot. I believe the backhand is the way on this hole.
Backhand is certainly the most direct way. Although, Chandler, we've seen in a couple other instances on this course, when you are further away from the gap, you often have a better angle to hit it.
Very true. Do you think that's what Jesse was doing there with that?
I think he's just playing to his strength. He knows he's got a good forehand, and he'd rather throw that and know that he's going to get something out of it.
I was kind of hoping to see a forehand roller out of Silver here, but it looks like we'll have to be content with a backhand. That looks great from Silver.
Yeah, good position. Should set him up for a flex forehand.
Tough looking shot here from Nestori.
There is a mandatory pushing players to the right at some point in the middle of the hole. Everybody's successfully navigated that.
It's got to drift a little bit to the right. That looks so close. Yeah, good kick, good roll.
You say so close. It was so close to perfect, and then it's also so close to the basket now.
Definitely not a perfect shot, but close to it. And Silver just a little off. He might make it through those trees, though. You never know. Doesn't look like he did.
Yes, his third. Such good touch with the forehand.
Yeah. It's definitely a skill he leans on. Nice jumper approach from Nestori.
And Silver going to do the same thing. No funny business. Just put it up there. Close out your front nine with a par.
Par for Yessie there. Once again, pars are not bad. It is okay to be happy with par out here.
Yeah, this another hole in the top half of difficulty, averaging a 0.4 of a stroke over in this round 2.
And Miro getting strokes on folks with that birdie.
Yeah, that's big time. Gets himself back to even on the round. Hanging in there and battling after a tough double bogey early on.
Yeah. Definitely showing some mental fortitude there, coming back. Finishing 1 under for the front 9 for Miro. Even for Nestori, even for Silver, and 2 down for Yessi. Not too bad.
No, plenty of scoring opportunities yet to come on the back 9, and we certainly hope that you will join us, Gatekeeper Media, as we continue to follow this round 2 chase card at the Skelleftea Open. For Chandler Fry, I'm Andrew Fish.